Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. This week's video is a little bit different from the norm. This is basically a designing vlog where I show some of the behind the scenes of me working on various products in my store. I think I mostly worked on illustrating stickers and washi tapes, but some other weeks I might work on patterns for a new pencil pouch or like a mold for a keychain. It really does vary from week to week. And I was gonna do a week worth of footage and show you everything that I get up to in a work week. However, I quickly realized that when I'm filming myself designing, I'm kind of working at like 75% efficiency. So yes, I only ended up filming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but it is a lot of footage. I think I just got a little bit under 5 hours of footage, so hopefully you do enjoy the clips that I was able to get. So this video is again only about designing, but just to give you a little bit of context, usually I don't get started with design work until maybe 11 in the morning. Sometimes a little bit earlier, other times I'm not able to get started until like 2, 3, 4 p.m. In the morning, I usually hop on the walking pad to get through emails, writing newsletters, posts, etc. And just depending on how difficult some emails might be, this kind of determines how long I stay on the walking pad to get through everything. Also, sometimes my mom, dad, or staff need something, so I try to get through all of that before I get started with design work. I also go to the gym and tidy up around the house. And by the time all of that is done, it could be, again, 11 in the morning or sometimes like 4 p.m. Later in the video, I think Tuesday and Wednesday, I sometimes do get started with a little bit of sketching in the morning. I just don't typically do the digital design work early in the morning. So yes, here I'm working on some new sticker sheets. I'm sure I'm going to get some questions about the programs that I use, and I have talked about this before, but I will just put the text on the screen. But yeah, I use a variety of different programs just depending on what I need it for. Some programs I prefer for sketching, some I prefer for adding text, others I use for creating cut lines and formatting. I think just in the past 10 years of doing this, I have kind of created my own flow and process, and I have my own preferences that might not be like the most optimal, but yeah, it's been working for me. Okay, this is a full sticker sheet done. I'm gonna get started working on some washi sketches. This is a little template that I made maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I basically took watercolor paper and cut out the shape of a washi strip. These are like the common sizes that I do, from 10 millimeters all the way up to 1 inch. So I do have 2 ideas that I want to work on today. Many of you might know that the annual June pre-order event is coming up, which is basically our largest pre-order of the year. I often release like at least 10 different designs. This year I am having a very hard time narrowing down the number of washi tapes and pouches to do, so we might end up seeing like 12 plus washi tapes. I do try my best to keep the lineup as minimal as possible because I know that a lot of people like to pick up at least like one of every design, and especially for customers with like tighter budgets, I don't want to overwhelm everyone with like 3 dozen different designs, and customers would have to then pick and choose which one they like. So yes, I try my best to keep the lineup minimal, but I will say I'm having a pretty hard time doing so this year. We still have a little over 2 months to go until the pre-order event, so yeah, these 2 designs that you see here, they might not even make it to the final pre-order. My current goal is to finish 2.5 washi tape designs every week. I think that is a good pace for me because I can spend 2 to 3 days on one design and really make sure that the details are how I like them to be. And the reason I do 2.5 designs instead of just like 2 or 3 is because I find that if I have something started or unfinished, depending on how you see it, for the next week, I'm more inclined to like keep the ball going and continue designing these washi tapes. If I just do 2 or 3 and start off the next week with nothing to go off, I tend to just like procrastinate. So yeah, that is something that I realized about myself, and I'm kind of using this knowledge to my advantage, I suppose. Alright, hi everyone. It is currently 5 p.m. and I love that it is still light out. I have a little bit of coffee and my cereal. This is like a very late lunch slash pre-dinner snack. Anyways, I am working on the new doodles. Earlier in the day I did all of the sketches, and now I'm gonna do the line art. I don't think I can finish everything today. Well, I can if I don't do anything else and I stay up late, but I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna probably aim to do about half, and then I will finish the rest tomorrow, and then I will also do the color work tomorrow. For the doodles, I find that coloring them takes way less time than the actual line art, so yes, I should be able to finish everything tomorrow. Hello again, we are still at my computer. I basically do not leave this place. So this is a different program from what I have been using, and you might recognize this as Adobe Illustrator. This is what many graphic designers use for making logos and, I suppose, graphic designs. Anyways, currently I'm working on a series of black and white vector drawings. You can basically scale or shrink the image however large or small you need it to be, and the line is never going to be blurry. I can just keep scaling and it's always going to be perfectly smooth. Whereas with raster illustrations, if you scale it up or shrink it down, it is going to be pixelated. I do use Adobe Illustrator quite a bit, but it is less for like the actual creative artistic drawings. Rather, I use it for things like formatting or sending stuff off to production. If I need to like make any cut lines, that is all done in Adobe Illustrator. But yeah, for actual drawings, I don't typically use Adobe Illustrator, and for that reason, I'm not too proficient at it. I'm using Adobe Illustrator right now for these images because I'm working on a very special collaboration, and they need some Adobe Illustrator files to, I think, do some sort of like printing slash embossing, which is pretty cool. Anyways, this is pretty boring to watch, but yeah, just showing one of the things that I do. This is my spread so far. I'm using this really cute set of stickers. This is actually matching with the Kama weekly spread. Makes me really excited for springtime. Anyways, the reason I opened to this is because I did finish a few things. I did the new doodle sketches, some of the line work, and also stuff for the special collaboration. I still need to do some washi sketches, but I think I will do that later in the evening. Also, I haven't finished all of the line work for the new doodles, but if I put something on my to-do list, sometimes it means that I should finish the entire thing. Other times, as long as I work on it and make some progress on it, I do check it off. It just depends on what it is. For example, sketches are very quick for me, so if I put on my to-do list that I need to sketch something, I usually check it off when the sketches are done. But for example, if I put on my to-do list that I need to work on a washi design, it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to finish it. I guess this just really only makes sense in my brain, and it's only relevant to me. These are all of the illustrations that I did for the 2026 collection, and I have not looked at them in quite a few months. As you can see, I don't really take care of my artwork very well. I had to dig through a few boxes to find these. Anyways, the reason why I took this out is because I am looking for the June, there we go, June artwork. Because a lot of people wanted a full sheet of the pigeons that are on the June monthly kits, these guys. And I could just do like a full sheet of them, but I also might want to paint a few more, so that is what we're gonna do. I don't think I will get around to painting this morning, but I want to get some sketching done. The mechanical pencil that I'm using is the Leuchtturm Rapid Pro 0.5, and if you watched my 2026 collection behind the scenes video, which I will try to remember to link down below, I used to use the Leuchtturm 500, or was it the 600? I don't remember. It's like the brass pencil, and I mentioned in that video that I had to replace the metal tip a few times because I kept dropping it and the metal tip would bend. I then got the Rapid Pro towards the end of my designing process, and basically this is also weighted, but the tip of the pencil actually retracts, so I don't have to worry about the fragility of the metal tip. I have been loving this pencil, but it's not as weighted as the brass pencil, which I do prefer, so I guess there is just that little trade-off. But I do feel a lot better bringing this pencil out of the house because I don't have to worry about the tip breaking. Anyways, I'm just drawing a bunch of pigeons in different poses, and I also drew some like crumbs on the ground and little pieces of bread. These pigeons look so derpy and I love them so much. Good morning, everyone. A few hours have passed since what did I do last? Oh yes, I think I sketched the pigeons. Again, this video is just about a little bit of my design work, so I'm not showing all of the in-between where I am, for example, going to the bank, which I did earlier, or stopping by the office, or replying to emails, stuff like that. I was gonna go to the gym, but it was pouring rain this morning, and usually I go to the gym rain or shine, but I did see on the weather forecast that it's supposed to be clear this afternoon, so I thought might as well just like go to the bank first with an umbrella and then go to the gym in the afternoon when it's clear, so that I can save myself some soaking wet clothes. Anyways, I don't think anybody cares about that. I am back at my computer, and before I head to the gym, I want to reply to some emails first, but also work on the doodles. The doodles are the ones that you saw me sketch yesterday and start on the line work yesterday. Right now, I'm gonna continue working on the line art and start the color work now, or maybe I will do so later. I also need to paint the pigeons from this morning, and I want to work on some washi tapes, so it's a pretty packed day. And again, this is in between all of the other responsibilities that I have, so I don't know, this video might end up being a little bit disjointed because it is a lot of little snippets pieced together, but hopefully it turns out well. Okay, hi everyone. I have gone to the gym, did some other work, and now I'm gonna come back to working on the pigeons, which I'm actually really excited to do. My current worry is that I won't be able to color match with what I painted last year. I can do a little bit of digital editing, but I definitely want to get it as close as possible. We will see how my color matching skills are. I have my 4th cup of coffee for today here, and there's a big risk that I'm gonna have another. We will see. Let's get started. I haven't done watercolors consistently since I worked on the 2026 collection, so I am feeling a little bit rusty, to be honest, but hopefully I can quickly get into the groove of things. Earlier this morning, I posted a little Instagram story of these pigeons that I sketched, and the reaction was incredible. Like usually with Instagram stories, I get a few dozen replies. This sneak peek photo I think got over 100 replies, and it was everybody just being super excited about pigeons. And someone also suggested making, actually several people suggested making washi tapes out of these, and I think this would actually make a really nice, like a 10mm or maybe 12mm roll. So I wasn't planning on turning these into anything other than a full sheet of stickers, but yeah, I might do a full washi tape of these now. Currently waiting for the base layer to dry, and I'm gonna, in the meantime, try to mix this like turquoise color and this like purpley pink color. Wow, I'm actually quite proud of myself. I think that is pretty darn close. Might be a little bit too blue. Let's add a little bit more green tones to it. I think that was a bit too much. Okay, I think I am done. I will be honest, I don't think I like these ones as much as the ones from last year, but that honestly just happens sometimes, like by chance or whatever. The first time you do something, it just looks really good and you can't really replicate it. But I'm gonna try to edit this digitally a little bit and see if I can make them look a little bit better. I did mess up this one though, because it's supposed to be white, light blue, and then the turquoise. But I accidentally did white, turquoise, light blue. It is what it is. Hello again. It is currently 4:23 and I'm probably just gonna be at my computer for the rest of the day. I'm gonna continue working on the new doodles, and I also want to start working on one of the new washi tapes. For the doodles, earlier I mentioned that I wanted to make a sheet just for the seeds and then another sheet for like the other gardening stuff. While I was at the gym, I thought of some other ideas, and I think we're going to end up with quite a number of gardening related sheets. So yes, I don't think I will be able to finish all of the doodles today, because this is kind of like a sporadic addition where we went from originally a single gardening sheet to maybe 3 or 4 different ones, just because I got more ideas. So yeah, I try to give myself a little bit of flexibility, and I don't always follow the plan exactly, and vice versa. Sometimes I have a sheet that I initially am really excited about, but no matter how many times I redo it, I just can't seem to get it right, or I just can't seem to be satisfied by it. So in those cases, I just scrap it, or I revisit for a future release, and I give myself the flexibility to just like sub in some other design if I feel like it. Good morning, everyone. It is very rainy today, so you might hear some slushing around outside. I'm about to leave for the gym in a little bit, but before I go, I want to get some sketching done. This is my Rhodia notepad. It is number 12, and this is where I do a lot of my brainstorming and product sketches. I'm trying to get into the habit of filling this up more because, number one, I get to play with my fountain pens more, which is always fun. I also love sketching, and sometimes I have a lot of ideas but not enough time to work on it, and other times I am getting ready to work on something but I have no ideas. So just like having a consolidated place where I can jot down ideas whenever I have them, it just makes it so that I kind of always have a flow of things to work on. I often make videos of me sketching in this little booklet for TikTok, but of course, due to the nature of TikTok, those videos go pretty quickly. So I will try to slow things down a little bit and include some longer clips. I find the fountain pen sounds super satisfying. Hello everyone. I don't know exactly what I want to work on this morning. I either want to continue and maybe finish this. This is a map washi design and I think I'm going to call it Exploring Emotiville. I think it'll be really cute. I finished most of it over here, but as you can see, this part is still empty. I find this one to be a little bit more technical, especially with the little details. My neck and shoulders get really sore and my hands start cramping up, so that is why I have to work on it when I'm kind of in the right mindset. My other option is to work on the April newsletter free digital. This month I had the fun idea of painting some flags with different colors and patterns, and then I'm gonna draw like a emoji head on it, and I think it'll look really cute printed out in spreads or used for digital planning. To be frank, this is a little bit more time than I would usually spend on like a free newsletter digital, but when I have an idea that I think people will like and really be able to use, I can't help myself but to do it. So yeah, I think what I'll do is start by painting the flags, and then if I have a little bit of energy left, I will work on the Exploring Emotiville washi tape a little bit. For this washi tape, I do plan to paint with watercolors, but I'm gonna first scan the sketch, number one, so that I can keep a copy, and if I mess up the painting, I can hopefully print it out again so I don't have to redraw everything. But also I want to make sure that the sketch first pieces together seamlessly so that I don't like get to finishing the painting, scan it, and then realize that the pattern isn't continuous, you know? Hello again, everyone. I went to the gym, got some other work done, and now I want to quickly write in my journal. A very, very busy day today, partially because I kind of overestimated what I could do yesterday. So I kind of have a backlog of things to wrap up from yesterday, and then I have my usual stuff that I plan to do today. So hopefully it is a productive day. Although my skin condition is flaring up more than usual today, and I'm also very cold. I don't know if you can see, my hands are kind of purple, and that makes it very hard for me to design because I can't like move as well as I like to, and I can't get all of the details that I want to without considerably more effort. So we will see. I'll just try my best and hopefully I can still get some things done. If not, I can definitely work on other things like replying to emails or setting up listings for new releases, but this video is not about that, so I hope that I can still get some design work content in. Anyways, now that I got some of the journaling done, I'm gonna get started with design work, and I'm starting off with continuing with the doodle series. Sorry if this is kind of boring, but I do actually need to finish this soon, so that is what I'm working on. Hello again, everyone. It is currently 4:47 p.m. What have I done? I worked on the new doodles. I went grocery shopping, went to the post office, went to the office. I did a little bit of meal prepping, and oh yes, I also worked on the 2027 collection, which even though it is design work, it is not part of this video because that is top secret. But yes, I am back to my computer doing some design work now. Gonna work a little bit more on the doodles, and then I'm gonna get started on the washi tapes as well. So this is a washi tape idea that I thought of while I was running, and honestly I was so excited about this idea that I was very tempted to just end my run early and go back home so that I can get started working on this washi. As you can see, I'm very excited about it. But yes, the idea is a thicker washi tape, and it's kind of like a dictionary, and all of the dictionary entries are going to be stationery related items. I'm gonna make a doodle next to all of the terms, and the definitions are going to be kind of humorous and a little bit sassy, I think. At this time, I'm not too sure whether I want to make this like a grayscale washi where it kind of resembles like an actual dictionary, or I want to keep it mostly grayscale and have the doodles be colored in with like muted pastels. I'm gonna try both versions and see which one I like better, and if I end up liking it, and if you end up liking it, this will probably be part of the June pre-orders. I don't think I will be able to finish this washi within this video, but you can get a little bit of a sneak peek. Dusting off this guy. This is the scanner that I bought for the 2026 collection, and I have not used it since last summer, but now I have some things to actually scan. Now that I have these scanned into my computer, I'm gonna start digitally editing them and turning them into whatever I need them to be, like stickers or the digital newsletter freebie. I adjust the colors and brightness a little bit to be more representative of what I wanted them to look like, but mostly I'm just trying to remove the background of the watercolor paper and also removing like the black specks of dust or like eraser shavings. Here I'm just resizing and formatting the pigeons sheet. These will be on washi paper similar to the 2026 collection doodles. For the washi tape, as I mentioned before, I'm not currently done, but I'm just scanning it first to see what it would look like pieced together, and I just want to make sure that it is continuous and seamless. Alrighty, I think that wraps up this video. This was a healthy 30 minutes together. I hope you enjoyed watching some of the behind the scenes snippets, and if you have any questions or if you want to just see more similar types of videos in the future, definitely do let me know. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead and take care. Bye.